end of that last video ever so abruptly. No, but what I was thinking about earlier was this teacher that I really, really liked. Like, I thought she was an amazing teacher. She was a woman, okay? So that was my first mistake. I should have never trusted the bitch. But I thought, you know, she's a lesbian, so maybe she's cool. But she fucking yelled at me in front of the whole class. All because I said something that she didn't expect me to say, and it made her fucking think. And, you know, women don't know how to do that, so they, what is going on? And made her very upset. And she got the whole class on board with her. Let's talk about that. What did I say? I know you guys, if you're familiar with this channel, if you've already been watching me, you already know the story. So basically I said something hyperbolically. But I was kind of joking, but also kind of serious, because I was always curious, and I've always been curious. I'll always be curious, and there's nothing more offensive than actual curiosity, because curiosity can't be manipulated. And I would say that most people are not curious unless they have some kind of agenda. You know, they want to prove something. Well, I wasn't trying to prove anything. I was just asking a question like, does anybody know what it's like to be a sociopath? And I was like, well, I want to know what it's like, so that would be cool. That would be cool if I could be a sociopath for just one day. And I said that because I'm always like really conscious. Like, I'm so conscious that it's nauseating, and I can't enjoy anything, and I can't relax, I can't let loose. You know, that's why I was an alcoholic, because that was the only thing that allowed me to do that. And of course, you know, liquor definitely makes a woman, this woman in particular, a little too loose, if you know what I'm talking about. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Do not recommend women drinking. But yeah, so I just kind of made this comment like off the cuff, and she got really offended and was like, I can't believe that you would want to be a sociopath, and like, why would anybody in their right mind like want to not have a conscience? And I was like, well, to understand what it's like to not have a conscience. Like, how can we solve a problem if we don't understand the problem? Obviously, women don't want to solve problems. Of course, because women believe in pills. Women believe in medicating every motherfucking thing so they don't have to deal with it. So yeah, it's not surprising. What is surprising is that she's a psychology teacher. She was a psychology teacher, and she had a problem with one of her best students giving enough of a fuck about society to try to understand a problem like sociopathy, okay? I wish that I could confront her about this, but I can't, because she's out of my life. She's been out of my life for like over 20 years, so it's kind of stupid that, like, this still bothers me, you know? Is there anybody else in the vortex? The vortex, the internet. Hi, internet. Is there anybody that is still either pissed off or lamenting over something that happened that long ago? It's like a PTSD thing. But you know, I can never tell her. I can never tell her that she wasn't the teacher that I thought she was. And I'm sure she retired. She's been retired. she might be dead. I mean, she probably believes in shots, you know, so there's a good chance that she's not even around anymore. But yeah, it's like, it infuriates me when I think about it, because I never like confronted her about that, mainly because I didn't know how. Like at the time, I was just so shocked that that happened. I wasn't shocked that all the kids that, all the fucking retards, the numbskull Americans, that I'm very hard on Americans, I know I am, because that's, I'm an outsider, that's why. But yeah, like, typical American kids that go to public school are like retarded, and they'll just do whatever they're told to do, and they'll go wherever they're told to go, and they won't question anything. Take the standardized test, make a decent score on their ACT or whatever, so they can get into a good college, and then just be like yet another fucking piece of shit mass consumer that gets married and has kids that they don't even raise and they don't even pay attention to. It's like, I fucking hate this. I hate this country. It's like, this is what this country has spawned, just a bunch of mass consumers, dude. And like, just thinking about this scene from my high school experience, it's like, it's the story of my life. You know, I challenge something, I ask a question, and I get chastised for it, and ridiculed, and shamed, you know, just fucking shamed, all because I'm thinking outside the box, right? But now I live for it. I live for it. Because sheep are just so retarded, and like, we shouldn't have respect for them. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm going to be mean to them. It doesn't mean I'm going to be like uncivilized or whatever the fuck. But if you really want to piss them off, like, all you have to do is just ask a question. You know, all you have to do is just challenge their fucking worldview. Challenge their sporting event. Their sporting event that they're so obsessed with. Tell them that it's fucking rigged, and just watch them fucking seethe and get upset. You don't know what you're talking about. What makes you think that you know what you're talking about? I'm not trying to declare anything like, oh, I know all this shit. Like, I could just look at any game in the NFL, NBA, I mean, I think with football, they make it so obvious with football. But it just looks fucking rigged, you know? It looks fake as fuck. And so, I feel like if you're not looking at it with skepticism, though, you're not going to see it. But yeah, like, the fact that people just blindly trust that whatever they're told is what it is, that's narcissism, that's gullibility. I mean, I could prove to you that something's rigged if you looked at it the same way that I looked at it, you know, but you can't prove to me that it's not. Like, that's the thing, like, people really don't have any proof of anything other than, oh, well, the people on TV said it, the newspaper said it. It's gullible sacks of shit like you that make this shit world go round and round and round, okay? The whole reason why this world still semi-functions is because of gullible people. Because if there weren't as many of y'all, this motherfucker would have killed itself a long time ago.